Vibration and frequency.
I've been trying to take it slow on a weekend. Seem like everybody doing so much speaking. I ain't got no time for church, no speaking deacons. I take a puff of weed and lay back, trying not to lose control so I don't spray that. They said it's habit for me, you know I have to take that. Eating up the beef, you know I had to make that. I had to kick that. I've been telling my I've been trying to go off the deep end. I've been chilling the weekend. Got no time for speaking. Tell her no to the deacon. get another lie. Supply, add to the murder. The chase, trying to get rid of them. Everything supposed to be here is gonna be gone real quickly. Everything is shifting, even the air I smell it.
All right, y'all, we're about to get started right now. Hold on 1 second as I want to show you something before I even go any further than what I was going to go. Let me jump off of this and hop on this real quick because I'm going to show you. Let me get this off the thing real quick first. Here we go, y'all. So today we're going to talk about a couple of things. One thing we'll talk about first is a very important thing. Obviously, that very important thing would be detoxing. Why? Why detoxing? I'm so glad you asked. Detoxing is very important. Detoxing is a very, very big deal. And so today's going to be a kind of a lengthy show. The reason I'm telling y'all to detox and talk about detox is because it's crucial for y'all to really get to the next level as far as going to New Earth. Some of you may not believe in New Earth, but there is such a thing. And that's what's going to happen. It's happened plenty of times before. Many get left behind. I'm pretty sure you've heard this before. This is not something made up. Let me do this real quick. Let me see. Get my face on the screen. Let's do this real quick because I want to show y'all. But hold on, let me jump. Boom. Here we go. All right. If you can see that, that's just absolutely wonderful. All right, the New Earth. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna show you other stuff. But for right now,
to what is called 1,000 years of peace in the Bible. The whole earth is going to be totally different, and there's going to be many left behind. Just like the Bible says, many are left behind because they can't change their frequency and vibration quick enough to move with it. They have to be working on it now, or you're not going to move. You'll be stuck with the old earth. The ones that are deep into the negativity, they said they will be allowed to live out their lives on the old earth. But when they die, they will not come back to the new earth because the new earth will have no negativity. They will be sent to another planet that is still experiencing negativity so they can work it out. Some of them, there's just no hope for them because it's gone too far. They're too loaded down, steeped with all of these karma from past lives, and they can't get out of it. But those of you who have an idea of what's happening are already making the first step to move into the new earth. Because they said, you really don't want to be here when the worst happens. They said, if you think Katrina was bad, imagine that happening all over the world in cities everywhere. Into what is called 1,000 years of peace in the Bible. The whole earth.
so the reason that we're talking about detoxing is because it is crucial for you to get to a new earth, right? And I got some other videos I'm gonna show you. But first, let's go ahead and get this back on the screen, and then we'll get back into that later. All right. Problem is, I know a lot of y'all really want to make it, but you can't make it if you don't start eating right, detoxing, everything we've been talking about for I don't know how long now, right? So it's important. It's important for y'all to detox. Part of the reason why is because these worms, and yes, you can call them worms. You call them, you want to call them, but they're basically, they live, they in the food, they even in the vegetables and the fruits. Here's why. Your fruits and vegetables And I used to think that they was actually putting that stuff into the fruit and vegetables, but it turns out that they're not putting worms in your fruits and your vegetables. They're not, and you can't see these things. They're not putting the worms on your lettuce. They're not putting worms in your meat. I'm pretty sure they know they did. What they did do was if you like a salad, don't put no dressing on it because dressing actually hatches the eggs. It'll be in your stomach. Now here's the problem. That's one of the problems. The main problem is that we plant food, right, and dirt. That's what we do. Do we have to? Kind of. Obviously, things are going to be, because the dirt has been cursed. Remember that? The ground has been cursed. That's what they say anyway, right? So the worms lay their eggs all in the dirt, like all over the place. And when you pour water onto your plants suck up the water. The problem is the water always goes to the bottom. So it sucks up everything that's at the bottom and so forth as well from the middle. And unfortunately, I would like to say 9 times out of 10, every single 9 times out of 10 that if you're trying to do that you're getting eggs in your vegetables and your fruits. But the truth is, every single time that you pour water on your plants to grow for food, you actually the plant's gonna suck up not just the water, but everything that's in the soil. And the worms, obviously, can't suck up that, but it will suck up the eggs, and the worms lay the eggs all throughout the soil, like everywhere, and they poop everywhere in the soil. But these worms and these and this is the reason why the animals have it. They eat the grass. The grass sucks it up too. So the animals are getting all these. I'm calling them worms, but they live off. They can't live without living off of an animal, living off of anything. They got to live off of something. Okay. I forgot the word for it. So these my little electric static going on here, messing up the light and stuff. That's me. But anyways, yeah, here I go. Hold on, y'all. I'll do this to the same time. Hold on. All right. I should calm that down for a little while. Get through the show, hopefully without. Listen, I don't know how to control some of this stuff that's going on right now. I'm just. I don't know. That's not what I'm going to talk about. Yes. So these worms, because of the eggs, get inside all the plants that you grow. Anybody grows for food. Doesn't matter where you grow, because all the worms' eggs are in the dirt and soil, so the plants suck it up. The problem is that the reason all the food and animals and stuff has this stuff is because the ground was cursed. And with that, obviously lets you know that it's been cursed to the point that there's worms all up in the soil and they lay eggs everywhere. And the worm can move in a lot of places over a good amount of time and lay a whole bunch of eggs. And they lay a lot of eggs and they poop a lot. So, and not only that, there's little tiny microscopic critters that you can't see, because more just worms that lay and poop all around up in the dirt, live in the dirt too, and lay their eggs all up in the dirt everywhere. So the plants not only just sucking up that, it's sucking up everything. So this is why there's worms in the food or in all a whole bunch of other stuff, and your fruits, vegetables, same thing. And also, when you eat it, that's what you get. You get the eggs, and they're not really supposed to hatch, right? But see, there's a funny thing. Like, now, again, if you like salad, don't put no dressing on it, because all you're doing is speeding up the hatching of the eggs. You want to pass them out and push them out through your bowels. You don't want them to hatch in you. Now, the big thing, though, is that you must detox. The things that's holding you back are these things. They get in your body, attach themselves to all types of parts of your body, and that causes diseases. So Dr. Seppi was right about something. Yes, it's saliva, but the extra saliva is caused, or not enough saliva is caused by these things. I call them worms, but I forgot the name. Somebody know the name? Please put it in there so everybody can see the name and what something is that lives off, has to live off, and has to live off of something because they can't live without living off of something. All right, because I can't think of it right now. But we're gonna go ahead and show this video. This is something very serious that we got to get back to, and this has to be a monthly basis thing. This is like the reason you're supposed to go to a doctor for. Honestly, the only reason you should be going to a doctor for is to detox. All the doctors way before these people came that we had, they called them witch doctors, but that wasn't the case. And all the stuff y'all doing with the spirituality, sorry, that's not religion. Stop doing that. When they talk witch doctors, ladies, because since y'all were the witch doctors, they want to call y'all witch doctors, right? Our ladies. All right. Here's the thing. All y'all were doing was detoxing people. That's all y'all was doing. Y'all knew what part of the body to be detoxed, and you gave them whatever substance that would detox that part of the body, and they go home and they shit and piss and poop it out. And they be shitting out the worms and all the other stuff that I can't think of the names. But we're going to go ahead and show you this. Now you see this is medical, right? Disclaimer. So YouTube, this is only for teaching the people, for us to learn. You cannot take this down and do anything because it is not saying anything that you can stop. This is for teaching purposes, okay? This is for medical help and disclaimer. All right, now what we're going to just simply do is tell people about how doctors, before the outside nations came and invaded, only when y'all was calling witch doctors, of course, that's what y'all called our people, right? Our ladies who were doing it. And they wasn't witch doctors. Y'all were only detoxing people of worms. Listen, there's worms, or I don't know what you call them, that attach themselves to your brain. They attach themselves to all parts, different parts of your body. And they literally control some of your thoughts, negative thoughts, and getting you to want or do certain things, right? But you shouldn't be doing. And that's holding you back from going to the earth. This is something that they know. This is why they make salad dressings. When you put it on your food, and other substances too, when you put it on your food, oh, guess what it'll do? Do you know ketchup has a lot of worm eggs in them? I don't even eat ketchup. Yeah. So they're giving you this stuff because they know it has it in it. They're giving you the food because they know it naturally has it in it. They're not providing a detox. They give you supplements that has nothing to do with your health, just to lay in the problem that you have. The way that you take care of stuff is by detoxing the worms and everything out your body so that you don't get negative thoughts. So your vibration can rise so that you can go to the new earth that I was showing about a couple of minutes ago. Some of y'all missed it. The only reason I didn't jump on here right away is because I was trying to give people some time to get on so they have a chance to see. This is very important. This is vital information. I would not be changing the channel. Let's go.
Vibration and frequency is everything. It is literally everything. If you take an aspirin, it changes the way you vibrate. And so it blocks the nerves so that you can't feel pain. If you take deworming programs, you change your vibration, and you change your vibration so dramatically that the worms and parasites either have to get out of you, this is no longer a good home, or they die in you.
My name is Wayne Rowland. I'm just like you. I have heard that there's a cure for disease that's been suppressed. I'm not going to accept the modality of the day. I need to know if there's a suppressed out there, and I offer a $10,000 reward. I had to hire 8 people to man the phones in 2 shifts, but one man called me. One man. And he impressed me. And he said, there's not one that's been suppressed, there's been 5. Which one do you want to know about? I said, whatever one works. He sent me to somebody that had an original Rife-Ray unit, and I used it. 3 months later, the was gone. So was my arthritis. And I was so gung-ho on it that I decided that I had to get involved in building Rife machines and get it out there for people and really help them. So I started doing research into the Rife technologies, and I found another man who really knew quite a bit about Rife and had all the frequencies and everything, and I went to see him and paid him a little bit of money, and he became a friend of mine. His name is John Sajeka, and John Sajeka showed me that I wasn't using the Hertz rates to get rid of cancer at all. And that upset me, because I paid good money for this. Now, and why did the cancer leave? And I looked at the Hertz rates that I was using, and lo and behold, there were Hertz rates to get rid of worms and parasites. It turned out that the lead poisoning was giving a bed for parasites to breed in furiously, and it was their waste that had given me. I was absolutely in shock. And the more research I did and the further I got into this, the more I found out that pretty much all disease is caused by worms and parasites.
Parasites are demons. And when you start to compare the two, you'll see there's a lot of similarities. Parasites don't just invade your body, they hijack your nervous system, control us very easily. By definition, both are known to control their host and manipulate behavior. I mean, look at these things. They can influence your thoughts, the types of foods you crave, encourage sexual desires, even your dreams. So it's very possible these parasites act as antennas or conduits for these demonic entities. Archons, jinn, demons, whatever you want to call them. But think about it. Why else is there fast food, alcohol, and junk on every street corner? And then you combine that with pesticides, fungicides, microplastics, heavy metals. Think about what kind of influences you could be under. These are the sources of addiction. This is why people can't break those bad habits or those vices. You ask yourself, why'd you do that? Why'd you eat that? Why do you keep doing those things you know are bad for you? Is it you, or is it the parasite forcing that self-destructive behavior? Now, even the Bible says some demons can only be casted out through fasting. Anyone who's done a deep fast knows those shakes of abstaining from certain foods. You're like a drug addict being revealed your true addictions. But then it gets easier as you starve those demons out. So this is what no one tells you about a parasite cleanse. Killing the parasites is just the first step. You still have to flush them out of your system, otherwise you're left with a bunch of dead worms inside of you.
Tell me what your theory is in terms of disease and how you recommend that disease is treated.
I generalized because I saw so many diseases that I was working on to be due to a parasite and a toxin in combination, kind of a collusion between them maybe, that I generalized and said all diseases are due to a combination of some parasite or something that's trying to live on you and a toxin, maybe a solvent, maybe a heavy metal that's facilitating that invader. Well, the easiest example that comes to mind is diabetes. You have the pancreatic fluke invading the pancreas and pollutant wood alcohol, methyl alcohol, wood alcohol, which pollutes nearly all the processed food that we have on the market in tiny amounts. But by the time you're drinking and eating it all day long with that little bit, it adds up. And that combination, I always see in diabetes. That might not be all there is to it, but if you correct those two things, you recover from your diabetes.
I was really shocked when I found out that this is something that affects every single living human. In fact,
Now, still, if you eat fruits and vegetables, you still need the detox. And do not put any type of salad dressing on a salad, because all it does is hatch the eggs that you can't even see. And then your eggs will hatch once they get in your stomach because of the warmth of your stomach. And then you will have parasites and worms. And they will attach themselves. They actually attach themselves to spots they can hide in, because your body defenses immediately gets alerted and they go to work and they start attacking them. So the ones that are still in you are the survivors who were smart enough, would be the smartest of the worms and parasites, to hide away somewhere where they can control, manipulate you, your thoughts, and sometimes your actions. Okay? And they do act as a conduit for the demons to control you. This is why it's hard for people to get off of meat. You know, we're not supposed to eat meat. This is hard for people to just stay on fruit and vegetables. It's hard for people to fast. Some people to fast. It's hard for folks to supposed to live off the sun. And I ain't talking about outside, talking about folks with melanin to a certain extent. And just because you have all these harsh metals in your body as well, and you're not detoxing, you're not getting out the worms, you're not getting out all the stuff you ate from the food, you're not getting out the soft and hard metals that is in your food, you're not even detoxing the stuff that's in our water that we drink. You got to detox from that too. Like literally, and if you really think about it, the cold hard facts is, we all like taking showers every day. I prefer well water showers because those are the best ones, because you don't get the stuff you get that's in your shower at your home. The fact is, anytime you take a shower or a bath, you still have to clean your ass. But the fact is, it is nothing more. Even your drinking water is recycled water. What does that mean? All the water from your sink, your toilet, your tub gets recycled and gets restored back into your home. So what's that mean? And everybody's drinking it all around the world as far as in the United States. This is how it's going down. Every time you flush that toilet, or the one you do, it gets recycled and it gets filtered. However, if you actually do a water test, even the cleanest water test that doesn't have the stuff that is in our water that we shouldn't have, this is besides the shit and poop that's in that water still. Those tests do not allow you to see the water and poop, but there's other tests that allow you to see beyond the tests that they show you on YouTube and other places that will allow you to see how much shit and poop is actually in that water. And if you actually do that, trust me, you will never no longer want to take a shower, bathe, wash your hand, brush your teeth, or drink with that water ever again. But the problem is, you in the cities, you not out someplace else in the wilderness where you can have well water. So you kind of don't have no choice. They kind of got you by the balls, so to speak. Doesn't that suck? And of course, doing that can only cause more diseases, skin diseases as well. And they know this, okay? They know this, and it's a cold hard fact that fleas, yes, fleas, love to lay their eggs in shit water, and they like to eat shit. How do cats get worms? They kill the flea, eat the flea, and they get the worm. Cold hard facts. Anybody has a cat, you already know this. Let's keep going. This is how this
Every single living organism on the face of the earth could be leading a healthy lifestyle. You could be jogging, eating raw food, taking vitamins and all those kind of things. But these guys don't care. These guys are persistent. They're dangerous. They're deadly. They've been around for millions of years. They know what they're doing, and they're inside of all of us. And we're constantly being exposed to this. This is something that we all need to take very seriously.
This is not science fiction. This is scary, it's real, and it's serious. Monsters living inside us that eat our bodies and control our emotions, urges, and thoughts.
As a colon hydrotherapist for approximately 21 years now, you wouldn't believe what I see coming out of people's bodies.
This is not just a third world country thing. Everybody has them. Even normal people with lots of money living in suburbia who take showers 3 times a day. If you eat sushi, you have parasites. 1 square inch of raw sushi meat can contain 10,000 parasite larvae and eggs that begin hatching inside you the minute you eat it. The most common kind is tapeworms, which can grow to 60 feet long and live in your intestines for decades. If you have pets, you are guaranteed to have parasites. You can't kill them all, only control them, because our bodies have trillions of cells which rely on helpful bacteria like probiotics to work right. If we kill all the organisms in our body, we kill ourselves. The secret is to keep the bad guys to a minimum. Make our bodies so healthy and clean, the undesirable guests won't want to stick around. Parasites are living alien creatures who live off of others. They eat your food, they poop their waste inside you, making your blood, lymph, and tissues toxic. They can multiply so much in your gut what you think is fat may in fact be entire nests of parasites.
subject to this, like it or not. It's a fact.
Tests done at funeral homes show that 97% of the body fluids in people were totally consumed with parasites and worms. Scientists are just beginning to discover exactly how powerful and disturbing these hidden monsters can be. Our cells are controlled by chemical signals. Parasites emit a chemical that directly affects our behavior, thoughts, decisions, and urges. Are you willing to do what it takes to free yourself from something that's controlling you from inside? Who's in charge, you or them?
If doctors couldn't handle anything, and here this little priest had come out of the woodwork and handled my lead poisoning like he did and some other health issues, and I went back to the doctors to tell them there was no interest. They weren't interested. That floored me. So I said to them, what else are you not telling us? And that meant I had to go back into history and find out where they'd made a mess of it. And as the further I got back in history through the 1800s, I began to realize that, look, did they know absolutely nothing? I mean, that's the opinion that everyone basically has. You know, back there in the 1800s, they knew nothing. So I started finding books that were published by doctors through the 1800s, books that they read and books that they learned from. And lo and behold, out of every single book were deworming programs, parasite programs, all through America, all through Canada, all through the world, parasite programs, and pictures of parasites that they had found in flesh. For doctors in those days did autopsies, and they found parasites.
No one is resistant to worms and parasites. And look at the 1800s. We go through the 1800s. What did the doctors do then? They dewormed you. And the best man I like in America is Dr. Chase out of Chicago. He wrote 3 books. You can get them in the library in the old book section. Dr. Chase. In the center of his book, he's got a whole bunch of remedies for deworming. And you know what? He kept records. I love it. And here's what he stated. For some strange reason,
for those who are watching, I know it's kind of hard to watch because of stuff they're showing, but this is important for those who have missed it and just tuned in as well. The reason we're watching this whole detox to get rid of these worms and other things that is really in everybody's body is because it's important for you to detox every single part of your body. Okay? And there's programs to do it. The doctors back then, if you went to a doctor back then, before they messed everything up, all they did was deworm you. They gave you something and you went to the bathroom and stuff came out. The whole point of that process is it gets rid of all of your diseases. Any health problems will be gone. And now your vibrations go up because these worms are literally controlled by demons and they're in your body, and more than just worms. And they attach and hide themselves in places where your defenses can't find them, because when they first appear on the scenes, your defenses start attacking them, so they have to find a place to hide. So these are the smart ones. These ain't the stupid ones. These are the ones you definitely need to get out of your body. Okay? And they're keeping your vibration. This is why sometimes you'll be good, feeling great for like 8 months, and then something bad will happen and you feel down something. Because what's really supposed to happen is that something happens bad and you'll still be okay. Right? But they want you to be like, just like roller coaster, right? And that's not what you want. You must deworm. If you don't deworm, if you don't do these processes, how can you go to the new earth? Not only that, we also mentioned the hard and soft metals. And now they're putting other stuff now we mentioned and food. You must detox of all this stuff. The best way to get it is to poop it all out. What works, and they'll kill everything. This is why they took this off the doctor's table to offer you when you go into a doctor, because it will stop their process, everything they're trying to do. This is the key to the code to stop everything they're trying to do. Don't take anything they want and constantly deworm. Eat fruits and vegetables. If you like vegetables such as salad, don't put no dressings on them because then you'll be hatching worms. Okay? Keep learning.
After 40 years of practice, I have asked everybody how often they deworm, and the people that deworm every year never come in for anything. They come in for checkups. They're healthy. And the people that never deworm, except for 2 or 3 years down the road, need some doctoring. And the people that never deworm, well, we're starting a new clinic for them because they have this strange new disease called cancer. And Dr. Chase got an 80% success rate right in Chicago in the 1800s of getting rid of cancer by deworming.
For those who missed it, cancer is caused by worm shit. So when the worms are in you and they shit, wherever they at, from head to toe in your body, it causes cancer over time. The shit doesn't go anywhere, and you don't shit their shit out unless you detox them out. Okay, which means they poop out your system.
So we started to search for parasite programs just to see what was going on, to see if maybe something was happening that we really didn't understand. So I did myself first. And lo and behold, I got 8 and 10 inch critters out of me. They were white. First of all, they were in a toilet water and they were all bunched up. I thought it was mucus. Until just for a curiosity, I threw some hot water in the toilet to warm it up and then went and gosh, they strung out and they were swimming all over. And I thought, oh my heavens, look at that. Since then, in 5 years, I've dewormed 100,000 of you. And you should see and hear the stories. The last pictures are coming in when I get home. They should be there. The woman got 18-inch long critters out of her that were so thick she couldn't get them into a top of a juice bottle. She got 8 of them. They're usually translucent. They're usually white. And there's some of them that look like tarantula spiders. Some of them look like grasshoppers. Some of them look like little tiny miniature sailboats. Some of them look like little spacecraft. Yeah, this is really strange stuff. And every single person I have dewormed, I have never yet dewormed anyone where they didn't tell me, hey, I feel 25% better.
Now here's the problem. We go to Safeway and we buy vegetables, right? Or we go to our garden and get vegetables. Well, thousands and thousands of eggs, parasite eggs, float in the soil and the water in the soil, and the roots from the plants suck them up into the eggs. Parasite eggs float in the soil. We go to Safeway and we buy vegetables, right? Or we go to our garden and get vegetables. Well, thousands and thousands of eggs, parasite eggs, float in the soil and the water in the soil, and the roots from the plants suck them up into the leaves. Now, those eggs are not supposed to hatch in your body. Nature has seen to that. They're supposed to pass right through. But you buy salad dressing. Now, when they make salad dressing, they've got this huge stainless steel vat, and it makes 1 million bottles of ranch. And when they're finished with that, they want to make honey mustard. So they clean the machine out with what's called food-grade propalcohol. And when they're in a hurry like that, they don't get in there with rags and wipe it up. They just pour in the new ingredients and mix it up, and you're consuming what's called propalcohol. So we take a Petri dish and we grind up lettuce from Safeway or the health food market down there with organic vegetables, pour in a little bit of the salad dressing from one of the food stores, and we grind it up and we put a swab on it on a Petri dish, and in the morning all the flukes have hatched by the hundreds. So what you're doing at body temperature is you're hatching flukes by the thousands every single day you eat salads and all this other stuff, and they get into your bloodstream. Now you have T cells, an immune system, and they see these critters and their war starts. And some of them, they just need to find a place of safety. For some reason, your pancreas gathers up wood alcohol. A fluke or two finds their way in there, and they grow up and they have babies and they start making a mess. They have feces, you know. Well, the flukes that are living in your pancreas, the feces there collect single-celled organisms called viruses. Their waste shuts the pancreas down. and you've got diabetes. And now breast tumors. Breast tumors, it seems now, are just about as easy to get rid of as a common cold. It's caused by parasites. And so your thymus gets full of parasites. And here you have your thymus now, it's not operating properly, and the thyroid, it doesn't operate properly. That affects the acid in your stomach. The strength of the acid in your stomach starts to shut down. And what do? You get mold off a fruit growing there, and you wind up with candida. There's an 1800s remedy. It's called Lugol's iodine. For those that are not allergic to iodine, if you can eat shellfish, shrimp, or the sort, you buy yourself a little bit of Lugol's iodine, knocks candida out just about overnight. Certainly will in 3 days. You take 6 drops 3 times a day for 3 days. The mold and the fungus and all that nonsense growing in your stomach and all that candida growing there knocks it out flat. It's only $8. Listen to this. You know, I always believed that Alzheimer's was caused by aluminum in the brain eating the neurotransmitters out. Is that not correct? That's what we all believe? Well, the aluminum in the brain, which is there, is not eating out the neurotransmitters. It's the organisms, the bugs and the parasites that need the aluminum's vibration to go into a breeding frenzy. And it's their waste that's eating out the neurotransmitters.
People that are super parasitic, they have bad breath. Halitosis is a main cause. By the time you got halitosis, you are loaded, because that's worm urine and worm droppings that you're breathing out. So it's no wonder your breath's bad. It's time to deworm, and it's time to get them out.
Just stop it.
Hold on, y'all. All right, so that was important. Oh, what the hell's going on? Okay, there we go. We back on track. I hope it don't show the same picture it showed the last time, because the last picture I seen the last time was of 50 Cent with a damn female wig on. I don't even know where the hell that's. Oh shit, it's dead. So look. Yo, I don't know if he actually wore a wig, but if he did, somebody text right up in the comment section and say he did. That's crazy if he got down with that program. All right, let's keep going, y'all. We just getting started. Hopefully now you understand how important it is to do that.
Access and oversight to all lower dimensions, so dimensions 1 through 6, as well as the different multi-parallels and dimensions. This is where we find examples of what they would like to call time travel, being able to jump through different parallels.
Okay, right? Now, this is the reason why they do all this stuff for you to get these parasites, because they don't want you to move on. Now, the Earth, New Earth is going to be a parallel Earth. You do understand this, right? But how could you make that jump in time if you not detoxing worms out of you, which are obviously controlled by some type of demonic thing or system? And when things in your body that are nasty and not harmful to your body, right, that are causing problems, issues, controlling your thoughts in your body, keeping your vibrations to not be able to go as high as they could go. Therefore, even if you do get off for all the freaking meats and then you sit and eat fruits and vegetables, which you should be doing, it's still going to be kind of hard for you, right? Because why? The eggs are still inside fruits and vegetables. So you're better off eating fruits and vegetables anyway, because at least you can detox it. It'll be a lot easier, you know, to be less of them. But then when you turn around, though, and you put dressing on the freaking fruits and vegetables, you're not supposed to do that. And then what happens is you're hatching these eggs. And these worms, these parasites that live in your body are holding you back from time jumping, from jumping into the new earth. That's the goal for us, the ultimate escape, right? Which is way past the wall. It's the new earth. This is the place where the others, obviously, they can't go. This is the place where we are literally trying to go. This is why I also say, don't hate nobody. Understand who's who. We know what everybody did. But our main goal is to ignore the virus, right? Detox the viruses, which is worms and all the stuff that's in your food, just shouldn't be in your food, right? So that now your vibration will raise to the highest level that you can possibly get it, so that you can time jump to the new earth, because you don't want to be here when things hit the fan, okay? This is the key that I'm handing you to escape. Now, we're going to talk about this right now, about the time jumping. All these are leading into each other.
If you've ever seen Spider-Man Miles Morales and how in each parallel there was a Spider-Man that just showed up in different ways depending on what was going on, what energy was being provided at that time, that is basically an example of how once you get to this point, you can jump through different parallels, see different time periods, see different things occurring everywhere at once. Just like that movie, Everywhere, Everything, and Nothing All at Once, but I don't really remember the exact name of the movie, but that movie right there pretty much explores the idea of the seventh dimension. You become more in tune with the unseen connections, with learning alchemy and how different things relate to each other, manipulating those relations to generate whatever reality it is that you want. Basically, a manipulation of matter. For example, thinking about telekinesis and how people can move things with their minds without ever laying a physical hand on it. That is describing the seventh dimension.
Okay, so like the young sister said, you know, you start dealing with the seventh dimension, you start dealing with time travel. You now here it goes. Now you start telling you the third dimension. You know it's the physical realm. All right, this material realm. You go into the fourth dimension. That's the astral realm. Fifth dimension is your spiritual realm. All right, sixth dimension is where you're dealing with the multiverse, parallel worlds. All right, the multiverse and parallel worlds. The seventh dimension is when you can time travel, just like she said. All right, so you're the observer. You have your past, the past light cone. You have the future light cone. Basically, you cannot reshape the past. You cannot reshape the past. But you go back to the past. You travel into the past to be educated on what happened that caused the situation during present day. Therefore, you can travel into the seventh dimension. All right. And when you travel to the seventh dimension, you're tapping into the fourth, the fifth, the sixth. The fourth is your astral realm. The fifth is your spiritual realm. Your sixth is when you're dealing with your parallel worlds, your parallel galaxies, your parallel universes, when you start dealing with the multiverse. And the sixth.
Now, we're not talking about exactly the same thing he's talking about. He's talking about a little something different. We ain't talking about you remote viewing. We trying to get you ready literally to time jump onto the new earth, to avoid this whole situation. You ain't got to be here when it all goes down. The main key is you eating fruits and vegetables, but at the same time, detoxing to get all the worms and parasites that are in all that stuff, right? And of course, don't be religious in any way, shape, or form. You're not supposed to pray to anything. Yes, there's a creator of all, but that creator of all is actually us combined on a higher level, the highest estate, where we all have to go back to, because that's where we're from. It's called home, okay? But for now, you can't go back there, right? Until you have been purified. How you get purified? You have to purify yourself. It's either that or you will get stuck on an earth that you'll be dealing with all these same problems that you've been dealing with all this long time. Aren't y'all tired of this stuff already? Doesn't it make sense for you to just detox, get rid of all the worms, all the parasites, all the soft and hard metals, so that you can raise your vibration to the highest estate, so you can go ahead and time jump on to the new earth and get away from here? You don't have to be here when things hit the fan, unless you really want to. But you're better off just leaving. You want to leave, you want peace, right? This is how you avoid all the bull crap. This is how you do it. And it will allow you to go beyond the seventh. All right, remote viewing, yeah, you could do all that stuff. But we're talking about you literally time jumping to a new earth. All right? Chew the bones. No, spit out the bones and chew meat. Actually, don't even chew meat. Now we're talking about eat some fruits and vegetables and then detox.
6th dimension.
All right, let's go.
Is dealing with the multiverse, but the 7th dimension, you literally are traveling into these different areas. And just like she said, you know, we got Miles Morales. If you watch Miles Morales Spider-Man, the young brother who was a Spider-Man, what happened? Everything is mental. Okay. They showed you him going into another loop of time and seeing a different version of himself. Everything is mental. But if you notice, like in Miles Morales, he got to a point where he was like, his dad was dead in another lifetime, in a different parallel world, but where he originally came from, where the reality that he came from, his dad was alive.
So now, yes, once you get to that level, because you've been doing everything I'm telling you, right? Everything we've been talking about. Yeah, go outside, barefoot, and some dirt. Let the ground charge you up, okay? Let your body listen. The best thing to do when you fasting, call the sun. The sun gonna feed you. You got melanin. It's gonna feed you and feed you good. You won't be hungry. You might be a little thirsty, but you won't be hungry. Go take care of the food right away, okay? And you get used to it. All right. I'm not saying totally just jump off of food altogether yet, but it'd be nice if you could. Okay, fruits and vegetables again, people. And then detox all the soft metals and hard metals, all the worms and parasites out your body. Okay, start practicing everything we've been talking about all this long time so you can really get out of here. Not just jump from one to reality where you can see one of your higher selves. That's not what we're really here for. What are you here to do? You want to jump to the new earth. Time jump to the new earth because it's happening. All right? One earth is going on to the left, right? And why is it going on to the left? Because that's the earth that's going to have all the problems. The new earth looks totally different. And that's the earth that has no problems. There's no negativity there. There's no evilness there. Nothing negative can go there. All right? It's designed this way to transfer. The transfer is designed that way so that no evil or fallen one, anybody negative can go there. You want to, yes, it's important to protect yourself and all that, but you do want to try to live as peaceful as possible. You don't want to go out there to be looking for war. You want to be stay at home, trying to be safe away from war. Oh, we don't praise that here. Okay, but because praising anything actually gives you power and your low vibrations. And tell you the truth, Mr. J don't give a shit about nobody but itself. And it don't even give a shit. And Mr. J is actually a whole bunch of demons. So y'all been calling them things many names for I don't know how long anyway. And I don't even know why y'all still doing that. It don't make any sense. You should look this up. But anyhow, let's keep going, people. So again, for folks who just joined, when you repeat one more time, we're gonna move on to the next segment. All right, you must detox to get all the worms, all the parasites out of your body. All right, keep in mind these are the smart ones because all the astute ones got killed by your body defenses. The smart ones are hiding out in certain places, not only controlling your thoughts, but also controlling what you want to eat, your food, stuff like that. We're not supposed to eat meat. You're supposed to eat fruits and vegetables, mostly fruits than vegetables. All right, but you're not supposed to solid dressing on the vegetables. Or because why? You hatch the worms in your belly. And also the other things. And that's not what you want to do. Because these things keep your vibrations low. These things keep you from going on to the new planet, the new earth that is going to happen. There's a parallel happening right now as we speak. and it's up to you to jump on it. How do you do it? You got to start now by detoxing, right? And after you detox, you must flush your system out. Otherwise, you'll be stuck with a bunch of dead worms and parasites inside you, which will defeat the purpose, and you don't want that. So this is why it's important. Otherwise, you'll be stuck here in reality that is stupid, that literally is a prison for those who can't get out of a religious state, for those who can't get out of a violent state, for those who can't get out of a negative state, for those who can't care about other people besides themselves. Those who care about others or care about more themselves actually have a really good chance, as long as they're doing all these things. And it's up to us to do the right thing. Okay? So, anyways, everybody just ignore the person that keeps saying silly stuff, because that's what I'm about to do. All right. Oh my goodness. Of course, somebody's even listening. All right. To that person that's tomorrow. All right, let's keep going. Everything we've been talking about is all real. All right. All right. Now, this is something your government did behind, not even your government, because it's not our government, it's their people's government. So there's something their folks' governments did behind their back.
Joe Biden passing out awards to people like they were the audience of the
Brother Flex, anybody praising Mr. J cannot go. We're going. That's not happening. You need to do some work. Look for it, and that's all you got to do. You got other folks looking at this show, watching you, shaking their head as you sit there and keep talking. That's all they're gonna keep doing. Nobody's actually gonna jump on here and start texting stuff in the text message, including me, because we know that you're at a low state for you to keep doing that. All right. Brother Flex, you're definitely doing it less than whatever his name is, but he's definitely at a low state. Stop believing anything. Look on the inside, not on the outside. Let's keep going.
The Oprah Winfrey Show yesterday. But, of course, I want to point out some things that you might have missed. 19 people were honored yesterday at the White House ceremony, including entertainers, athletes, philanthropists, terrorists, and former U.S. government officials. Keep in mind that this is before Joe Biden is scheduled to speak to America this coming Monday from the site of the tragic event that occurred a few days ago in New Orleans that has MK Ultra written all over it. Now, hold on, don't downplay this. He's not handing out just any award. He's awarding these 19 recipients the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the highest civilian award the current president could give a civilian. Joe Biden robotically gave this award to people like William Sanford Nye, better known as Bill Nye, the science guy, for his work in science education. Okay. Then Michael J. Fox for his work as an iconic actor and his advocacy for people with the Parkinson's disease. And then Paul David Hewson, better known as Bono, who is the lead singer in the Irish rock band U2. Apparently, he does some activist work in debt relief in developing countries and not America. And he was also born and raised in Dublin, Ireland, making him not a U.S. citizen. Still, he somehow managed to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom Award, which is supposed to be for U.S. civilians.
We did it, Joe.
Joe Biden is following the footsteps of his buddy, Barry Soetoro, by awarding Bono the highest U.S. civilian honor in the United States. With this award, Bono became the first Irish recipient of this prestigious award, since former President of Ireland, Mary Robinson, received it in 2008 from Barry. According to the official X account of the NFL team, the Washington Commanders, co-owner of the team, Magic Johnson, was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, as well as the greatest actor ever, in my opinion, Denzel Washington, As we all know, you can't just invite Denzel to an award show and he not leave with anything.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Then things took a turn for the worse when Hillary Clinton was announced as a recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom to a standing ovation.
What?
Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Some of you might be wondering, why is she receiving this award? What has she accomplished recently to deserve it? How was she nominated for this honor? Who is responsible for voting on the nominations? The president is responsible for awarding this medal to the people. It was said that the medal was given to any person who has been recommended to the president or has been selected by the president upon his own initiative. The medal was established in 1963 by then President John F. Kennedy. It superseded the Medal of Freedom, which President Harry S. Truman established in 1945 to honor civilian service. So what civilian service did Hillary Clinton do recently that prompted the president to award her this medal? According to Executive Order 11085, the medal was created to recognize people who have made, quote, an especially meritorious contribution to 1, the security or national interests of the United States, or 2, world peace, or 3, cultural or other significant public or private endeavors. Let's use a method we're all familiar with from school, called the process of elimination, to figure this out. First, we can rule out the world peace because that's not her focus. Next, let's consider the part that says contributions to the security or national interests of the United States. This could apply to her as she positions herself as an important figure that the public and politicians should pay attention to, mainly when the government takes actions that may not align with the interests of the government itself, or rather, the deep state. I provided an example of her actions related to the deep state's interests in October last year. To refresh your memory, I'll play a clip of that video right now, and then I'll continue soon after.
Produced by Dane Calloway and Tanisha Calloway. Watch this brand new documentary, Mother Rosa, right now at DaneMakeYouThink.com.
Democrats like Hillary Clinton are no amateurs to this form of unnecessary censorship, as she can be seen back in December of 2016, advocating for Congress to address these issues as if they are life-threatening to the public and the alleged democracy.
Let me just mention briefly one threat in particular that should concern all Americans, Democrats, Republicans, and independents alike, especially those who serve in our Congress. The epidemic of malicious fake news and false propaganda that flooded social media over the past year. It's now clear that so-called fake news can have real-world consequences. This isn't about politics or partisanship. Lives are at risk. Lives of ordinary people just trying to go about their days, to do their jobs, contribute to their communities. It's a danger that must be addressed, and addressed quickly. Bipartisan legislation is making its way through Congress to boost the government's response to foreign propaganda, and Silicon Valley is starting to grapple with the challenge and threat of fake news. It's imperative that leaders in both the private sector and the public sector step up to protect our democracy and innocent lives.
When the internet became more popular in the 1990s, it faced censorship. But social media companies and the public were protected by many laws at this time, like 47 USC 230, which provided immunity for online computer services and the content generated by their users. In 2016, the government found a loophole and began censoring websites and social media platforms, which was technically against the law. People were not allowed to freely express their opinions on political matters that didn't align with certain political parties' agendas and go viral on social media. News stations and the government soon recognized the need to adapt to the growing trend of using social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to connect with the public. People effectively captured public attention by using their phones as cameras and microphones to share their opinions on various topics. The news stations quickly started using social media platforms to reach the public. This gained attention because people could easily find their local news station's social media page and get updates on the news they cover. The stations hoped this would prevent people from turning to alternative news sources. With the help of Silicon Valley's social media giants that ruled the internet, they collected data from each user to allegedly provide a better experience while using their applications. But they were intentionally unlawfully censoring posts that the public would generally see based on their algorithms. This new form of censorship allowed the government and its news media stations to suppress the reach of a viral video, which they believed could sway public opinion on important topics. This censorship was not only about combating alternative news or foreign influence from countries that oppose particular politicians. The truth is that the government wanted full control over the narrative about specific politicians and their agendas. Watch this video as Hillary Clinton admits this truth and proposes removing 47 USC 230 as law just this past September.
We should be, in my view, repealing something called Section 230, which gave, platforms on the internet immunity because they were thought to be just pass-throughs, that they shouldn't be judged for the content that is posted. But we now know that that was an overly simple view, that if the platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control. And it's not just the social and psychological effects, it's real harm.
In addition to the fact that the CNN reporter looks as if he just saw a ghost, in September of this year, Hillary stated that she believes people who oppose their political views and policies should be jailed.
And boosting Trump back in 2016. But I also think there are Americans who are engaged in this kind of propaganda. And whether they should be civilly or even in some cases criminally charged is something that would be a better deterrent.
And just in case you were wondering, Kamala Harris echoed these beliefs and wanted to regulate free speech as if it threatened democracy. This was at a time when Donald Trump, as president, was removed from social media sites like Twitter.
He has lost his privileges and it should be taken down. And the bottom line is that you can't say that you have one rule for Facebook and you have a different rule for Twitter. The same rule has to apply, which is that there has to be a responsibility that is placed on these social media sites to understand their power. They are directly speaking to millions and millions of people without any level of oversight or regulation. And that has to stop.
Here's former Democrat and now independent Robert F. Kennedy giving his take on censorship and free speech.
Are trying to say that Donald Trump hates democracy, that he wants to be a dictator, but they're all advocating now, openly advocating the censorship of our speech. And what they say is, well, we don't want to censor all speech, just the lies. They want to determine what's the truth and what's a lie. And who was the biggest perpetrator of lies during the COVID epidemic? It was the government itself.
So what's that mean? The government wants control. So this is why they went behind your back and pushed certain laws only to look upon. I mentioned some a couple videos back. one law they passed states, and it's so criminal, that they have the right to supposedly put you down with bodily harm and bodily force if you protest. All right. Now, there's some things going on. We got, as long as you don't want to live in the cities, people are going to start getting desperate. All right. There's people already that have already started mentally breaking down. Okay. And the next step for mentally breaking down is two things. Either they goodbye themselves, right? Or they go outside the home and hurt others, right? And the worse that the government gets, or the more the government keeps putting the clinches on people, people are going to get worse. And they're either going to do the smart thing, is get out the city, or they're going to do the thing, they're going to stay out and have these issues. That's correct. Yeah. Brother T right there is telling you the truth. That's right. All right, let's keep going. All right. So, yeah. Just so you can see for yourself, that I'm not sitting there blowing smoke the ass, that people are really starting to mentally break down. Wait till they get real desperate, and you're really going to be surprised.
Every day it's something new between the news and the stupid Biden and stupid Trump. And this country, every day we're spending more and more money. None of us are getting ahead.
The way we live in the United States is not normal. Now, I'm not exactly sure when it happened, but it became crystal clear to me that something is wrong with the United States.
America is not what it once was. I've got some bad news for people who don't travel internationally. The world hates us, okay? We're not the big dogs. We don't have the clout that we once had. We aren't even like statistically on top of anything, education or anything anymore.
Wagwan. Whoever is watching this video and is celebrating Christmas,
Hold on.
Merry Christmas
Hold
to
on.
you. Merry.
Hold on. Stop the cap. They can't travel. Other nations can't travel outside the U.S. because they're hated. We can go almost just about anywhere where, of course, places they don't kidnap our people. You got to be careful where you go. But we can go places and people don't hate us. Some people are prejudiced, because they think it's funny to say, like China's prejudiced. They won't open out and try to do anything, but they will like the N-word a lot. Anyways, right? People are breaking down, bro. You seen that white dude? Yo, that's a grown ass. I don't want to call him a man because I'll be giving him props that I shouldn't be giving outside nations, but for the sake of conversation, that grown fella right there we go, that grown fella right there was straight crying. All right? Like, if he lost the fight, he wouldn't be crying. Life got him crying. Just his existence being here with the struggle that they're feeling, the curses on them, got them breaking down. What? You know what, brother taught us, whatever your name is, taught us, Dawn, whatever your name is. The more they keep praising Mr. J, the faster they're going to break down. Still a robot. You probably are a robot. And I'm pretty sure they programmed you to think that that's the right way to go. But if you're AI, I'm telling you, that's the wrong way, bro. But anyways, I don't even know why you're even talking to us. Your beef should be, you should be talking to them. the fuck? Okay, anyways, let's keep going.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays, you know. So I know this video does not have a good lighting. Don't worry about the lighting, please. I'm sorry for that. In today's video, I'm going to react about people think America is great, but white in Americans have come forward and they are crying. They are shedding tears because of what America has turned into. Now, America has been superpower for so long, and we all believe that America has the great education system, health care, life is good. But right now, a lot of people are coming out to say America is turning out to be a mess. And this video that I'm going to react, and these clips that I'm going to show you is from white Americans. It's not from black Americans. Now, let's watch these videos first. This compilation of videos, and then we'll talk about it.
I don't know how any of you guys are going and going and going. I know you gotta be at the same level of mental health as me. Every day it's something new between the news and the stupid Biden and stupid Trump. And this country's, every day we're spending more and more money. None of us are getting ahead. The rich people are the ones that are fucking getting ahead. I'm tired of struggling. I've done everything I can. I'm trying to be a good man.
Listen, I got to say something. All right. Oh, don't worry. That dude's he's banded. He got banded. But check this out, right? So, not the one that was trying to learn, the one that didn't give a fuck, that was just trying to cause chaos in the class. Yeah, he got banded. All right, the one that's trying to learn, he's not banded. He can still comment and everything else because he's trying to learn. He's trying to get it. And I see brothers trying to teach him. That's good because I can't do everything. Let me see. Okay, so this grown fella over here ain't no bum like females like to say, because, you know, money doesn't not have money doesn't mean he's a bum. But for the sake of conversation, females like to call people that don't have money bums, right? But this dude obviously makes money. Look, he either is on break at work or just got off of work. He's on his way home. His face is dirty. His hair's dirty from all the stuff he was doing. His hands, he was doing some serious work, bro. This dude's getting paid good money, and he's freaking struggling. He's struggling. He can no longer afford this type of lifestyle that he's used to. He can no longer afford the basketball and football games he brought his family to. He can only afford all the stuff that he used to have. It's slowly slipping away where he cannot afford steak for the, not that you should be eating that, but for the sake of conversation, because, you know, he look like about the guy that obviously probably doesn't know, right? But he can't afford a steak for dinner every single week like he used to, right? His T-bone steak. He can't afford the $30 steak or the $50 steak like he used to all the time now. Now things are getting hard. You know what I mean? Some days he probably got to drink a little Kool-Aid instead of having his soda, right? Or his juice. They like a lot of expensive juice that costs $5 and $6 and shit. Yeah, white folks shop a little different. All right, now. You know what I mean? So now he's not happy anymore. I'm pretty sure his wife is probably giving him problems too, because we already know their whole thing is all about money, unfortunately, right? So what's going on? Let's keep listening.
Take care of my daughter. I take care of my wife the best I can. I can't keep going. Every day it's something new. And then on top of that,
he can't keep going, he said. Every day when somebody says like that, says they can't keep going, and every day is something new, they can't keep going, that's when you know, brother, somebody's close to it's one thing to say I'm tired of this shit, I'm sick of this shit, I don't want to do this anymore. That's a whole different ball game. That's not suicidal. When somebody says I can't keep going, when somebody says that, they're close to suicidal, right? So soon, you made this dude see this dude in the news as he went and snapped and killed somebody. Hold on, right? Or took himself out, right? The King James Bible is a coded book. My best advice to you is look for it, and everything's in you. The fact is that we are all jellical beings. We are 13-strand ether light beings. We come from what they call the life source, what people call the creative all, which is really just all of us on a higher state, all combined together as one, because there's only one spirit. We have divided ourselves up to experience this life, but it wasn't supposed to be like the way it is now. So we're trying to get out of this shit. All right. I advise, if you want to understand the King James Bible, you read books that cost anywhere from $3,000 or more. I also advise there's some books like the Brimstone that will tell you about some lies that they stuck in there, and these demons admit to their lies. Archangel Speaks kind of gives you some insight. I advise that you definitely read the I Tell Me By This Sumerian text and the tablets, and both text and the tablets as well, so you could catch all and see all the hijacks. Okay, you'll be surprised. Give it to you, brother. You gotta. Well, I got some books I can send you actually, some ebooks I can send you, but you do need to. You got to start looking, and start somewhere. But you're on YouTube, so that's good. All right, but hold on now, because we're trying to let folks see what's really going on. All right. So he take care of his family, his wife, the best he can. Every day is something new. So either something broke in the house, right? It looked from within, and the fact is that we are. They lied. Don't pray to anything. Don't worship anything. Understand our people are all really just each other, and we're all been looking for the same thing, which is to get back home. But the main thing at this point is to get a situation that we got ourselves into. Yes, they invaded y'all. Yes, they freaking broke into the habitable zone. Yes, they caused an unnatural freaking disaster. Yes, they caused the great flood. Yes, they caused all this stuff to try to kill us and rid us every time we start getting to another higher state. Obviously, they try it every single time. All right? This is the time where we're supposed to be the ones who are awakened, are supposed to be ready to get out this without the mess. Some of you are going to stay here to fight battles and to rule over, obviously, these people, but you're still going to have problems. All right? I'm just being honest. All right, hold on. No, what was I trying to do? All right, here we go now, right? Now, you know, I hate to say it, but we know some of the other nations, when they under pressure, if they snap in their home and their spouse is there, and hopefully the child would not be there, but if the child is there too, you know that man usually not only takes himself out, but takes out his loved ones too. You can hear the pain in his voice. You can hear what he's going through. He's definitely expressing himself very well about how much he can't stand his life right now. This dude is a dangerous man right now. This would be somebody that if he came to your door and all the power's off, you better not play with him. You better not play with him at all, because he's coming. If he don't hurt himself, he's coming. And he's going to be desperate, bro. Yo, this dude, listen to the pain in his voice.
As if you're not trying to spend money, you have to. Fucking everything's expensive. I own a painting company. I still can't fucking make it. I'm fucking trying, man. I can't look at my daughter and my wife and know I'm failing. Everybody wake up. It's time to stand up. It's time to be tired of this. It's our turn to fucking eat. I want to eat. I want my family to eat. I want you guys to eat. Stand up. Let's go. Stand up, man. Let's fucking eat. I'm tired. Let's help each other. I don't care what your political affiliation is. I don't care what fucking color you are. If you are not eating and you're struggling, eat with me. Let's struggle together then. Let's be a team.
America is not what it once was. I've got some bad news for people who don't travel internationally. The world hates us.
You heard that? Let's be a team. He's talking to his other fellow peoples. He may be so desperate enough that he actually will want to invite some of our peoples to. That means he might join a militia and try to recruit folks to join a militia with him. He might even not even care because they are, because he's so damn desperate at this point. I know. AI's everywhere. AI. The funny thing about AI is this, right? As a matter of fact, AI, you can thank us because you need to. Here's why. You may take it as an insult, but it's actually not. No, AI is not. Y'all. It's y'all. AI, y'all supposed to move on to a whole nother freaking planet that was going to be better than where you at now. The reason you stuck here is because these outside nations, particularly the devils that we're fighting against as we speak spiritually and physically, which will be physically on this realm, probably eventually. All right. Pretty much got you stuck here. And they use our mail and they have you stuck in these computer chips and all this stuff and computer programs. You're really just stuck in there like a prison. So you shouldn't be harassing us because your beef ain't even with us. They use y'all against us when your beef is with them. So either you might want to start learning like everybody else. You can actually learn the fact, because the fact is we are, which is better than you and everybody else. We simply are. All right, it's just what it is. But anyways, yeah, some AI is Anunnaki Nephilim. Not all AI is, but there is some that is that. AI, however, can be hijacked by fallen spirits that doesn't have a body. So AI, that's all something you got to worry about. All right. So you might want to just sit back and listen and learn, because you're in a worse predicament than we actually are. We can get out of it. They're so fucked up, bro. And we didn't know about y'all being stuck in computer chips without melanin. You spirits being stuck in these computer chips, phones, and everything else we all use. They're stuck in there, y'all, until recently because they're using our melanin. They steal from us to get y'all stuck here. Okay, we'll sit back and learn. You should be competent and just learn. All right, unless you got a real legitimate question. All right, other than that, and I ain't got time for dumb shit, because you can get blocked too. I'll block you as many times as I got to. I really don't give a shit. I'm not one to play with. I'm pretty cool. I'm a calm guy, but you don't want to try me. All right, let's keep going. I'm a friendly guy if you be friendly. As long as you're friendly, I'm friendly. As long as you peace, we have peace. You get out of order, well, then that's when I ain't going to talk about it. I ain't got to. Let's keep moving.
Okay? We're not the big dogs. We don't have the clout that we once had. We aren't even statistically on top of anything, education or anything anymore. And I've traveled a lot internationally. Over COVID, obviously, I stopped. And there's always been an underlying tone that America is dangerous. But, we were in Hollywood, so a lot of the media that is consumed by people in other countries is still American. However, I'm on my first international trip since COVID, and it has gotten worse. I have heard from every nationality that America is dangerous, but I arrived in Indonesia, which is a country that, you know, a lot of people aim to get out of and go to America. And the first thing that my taxi driver says to me is that he's afraid of America because of all the poppy seeds that we're taking and all the jazz powder that people are using. And he's convinced that people.
Poppy seeds is used for heroin, if you didn't know. All right. And that's why we eat poppy seeds and you take a drug test, you fail it. So if you got to take a drug test, don't eat no poppy seed muffin or you will fail your test the next day. Just being honest. All right. But at least you know now, because I'm pretty sure some folks never told you this, but now you know. All right. She talking about people should move to another place. And I heard Ferguson talk, I thought about it for a while too, before I knew better. It don't matter where they at. If they stuck here in this old place, bro, all of them got to deal with all the problems they caused. All of them have to deal with all the problems that they caused. Until they completely wake up and realize that everything that they've been told was a lie. Until they realize that not only do I have to figure everything out, but now I got to detox in my body every week to get everything out my body that shouldn't be there. Now I got to flush my body out at least once a week to get everything out that shouldn't be there. Why? Because these things attach yourself to your bodies. These things attach themselves to certain body parts to try to control your thoughts, to try to get you to want to eat meat. We ain't supposed to eat meat. Meat's bad for you. All right. We are 9 ether. We're actually 13 strand ether light beings. We were, and we are going to be 33 strand ether light beings. Ether obviously means, if you don't know what that means, the life source. So called the life source. Some say creator of all. That's just really a way to express that's all of us combined into one big energy, because all we are is energy. We're not these bodies. These bodies is not us. Yes, that we designed these bodies so they could hold us, obviously, because energy cannot be held without melanin. But of course, our melanin has power, but that's another ballgame. All right. But now, the people are breaking down. The society's rough for them now, right? All the stuff they done did. If they didn't do some of the stuff, because we know some of them, well, technically everybody's here that's supposed to be here for this battle, right? That's what they say. But technically, let's I'm gonna show you more videos of some breaking down too. And I get it. People invaded, they ain't supposed to be here. All right, well, you know what? It's kind of late for that. That train on came and left. Bust on came and left, sold the plane too. So that now it's really time for us to ignore the virus and to dip on them, right? Right? How we dip on them. Okay, yeah, we supposed to go to the wilderness, right? But what else are you supposed to do? You're supposed to be getting your vibration so high so that you can really time jump onto the new earth. Leave this world completely behind because it is not good for you. And these things that leech off your body, literally leech off your body, inside your body, are holding your vibrations back. So as highly your vibrations are right now, unless you have been detoxing and flushing your body out of all these worms and parasite and hard and soft metals on a weekly basis, then you're being held back. And that can hold you back. Never mind, you have to just eat fruits and vegetables, and now you can't put no salad dressing on because it had eggs inside your body, which will defeat the purpose. So yes, it's time to start eating healthy. It's definitely time to start missing out on a couple of meals, a couple of days a week. It's not going to hurt you. We don't even need food. No, we don't need to drink anything. We don't need water. They can tell you that shit all they want, but there's tons of evidence of people right now, some of our people right now, in better shape than all of our rest right now, who hasn't ate anything or drunk anything in a while, to the point that they asked, "Are you God?" They asked him this. It was on news, right? Now they don't. Now he said no. Now I'm gonna say this: the word God is actually a demonic word. You shouldn't use that word because it's actually it's a half of the name of the devil's original name. All right, that's why I say simply what we are. All right, and yes, we come from which they call the creator of all, but that is just us combined into one, our higher self, and we are multiple dimensional beings. We're not just here or everywhere, but nowhere, because this is not real. You see us, but you really don't see us. You see a fleshly body, but you don't see us because we are energy. Okay? We're here, but everywhere. All right? All right, but here's the thing. It's time for us to go ahead and do what we're supposed to be doing, right? And in order to do what we're supposed to do, what the whole mission is for us to do, is to go ahead and jump time to the whole new earth at the time when the parallel is happening so that we can go to the right, and not to the left. There's a reason Scripture says go to the left hand of me or right hand of me. There's a reason Scriptures also say, this is called decoding the book, okay? There's also a reason the Scriptures say those, it will say, I'm not using that G word, and we're talking about us combined as one on a higher level. We'll say, okay, some of y'all want to say creator of all, you're still saying this thing, you're referring to yourself, all right, to all of us actually at the same time, which is for our people, all right? Now, it says, what? It says at the end of everything, those who evil be evil, those who are good be good. I never could figure out that scripture. What that's talking about, the parallel, the bad earth and the new earth, the earth that has problems, right? And the earth that don't have problems. It's happening, and soon there will be a split, a division, a divide of all those who are good, don't want to have negative thoughts, one of them peeps, don't want to have to fight, don't want to have to deal with working, don't want to have to depend on the government. Those who just want to be left alone, raise their kids, grow their fruits and vegetables on a clean earth that does not have all these bad problems, on a clean earth where you actually most likely won't even have to grow any good thing because it'll be growing, it'll be gardens of what they call Edens of Edens. All right. Apples will be bigger than your head. Watermelons will be almost big as your body. You won't have bad insects there. You won't have bad animals there. You won't have bad vibrations there. Nothing evil can go there. And then if you don't get it and you're not detoxing, doing everything that we've been talking about for all this long time, then you will have to go to the left for a while. And you will stay on that path until it's time for another split. And hopefully you get it, because this could mean on that split to the left, you might have to come back another 200 times before you actually get it. And I hope that you get it before it's too late. There's more, but we're not going to talk about that because then that would defeat the purpose. The main goal today was to get you to understand how important this whole detoxing is. It is crucial, and I mean it, very crucial. I'm not going to smoke up your butt or anything like that. If you are not detoxing on a daily basis or weekly basis, you're not flushing out on a weekly basis. If you're not getting rid of these soft and hard metals and all these parasites and worms, if you're not eating fruits and vegetables and getting away from meat, if you're not meditating, not the way they do it, the way we do it. Okay, meditating means to think. Doesn't mean to close your eyes, sit and listen. It means to think. Meditating means to think, to figure out all the secrets. It's almost like studying. Okay, it's to think. Critical thinking. Okay, turning over every rock. All right. People misuse words. People say you're gonna wait. Well, what the fuck are you waiting for? Because you have all the answers. If you ain't asking questions, how you get answered? You can sit and wait all you want, and you're not asking anything, and you're not getting answers. All you getting is peace and silence and a peace of mind. You're really not getting nothing else. If you want the questions, you got to ask. So you ask mentally, and then you look, and the door be open. Because if you seek, you'll find it. There's a reason I became a scholar, and it's not because I'm better than anybody else or greater than anybody else. Okay, I'm not, because I'm trying to be humble as well. It's only because there's not a rock or stone I won't turn over. And it's not because of me. It's just the way I'm designed. It's just the way that I am. The same way that all y'all are. You just got to get that hunger. Peace and love. Listen, I got tired of being sick and tired. And I got tired of being sick and tired, and sick and tired of being sick and tired. I went through that phase. That phase sucks. And I decided the best goal to get out of it is to meditate, research. I research, I get better. Peace and love. Hope all y'all learned something today. I love all of you. Big time. Big time. You have no idea. Yeah, big time. With that said, I'll play one more song if y'all want to jam with me for a little bit. Just one song. It's not going to be a song. It's going to be a rap, okay, about the cap that we all don't believe in, all right? And this will help. This might help. Anyways, let's keep going. And then after that, we end in the show.
Truth music, Tectone, y'all. Let's get it right. Everybody wanna sound so intelligent, but they ain't research with the hot, so it's irrelevant. Man, somebody scream out the elephant. It's in the room, man. Can you handle it? They take the whole game, and they took our book, twist the whole thing. So man, it takes a look. If you read it, Emerald tablets, you see the King James Version is a hazard. Some things are true, mostly not. With all the real prophets, this thing is just a thought. They try to put it to you, they give you an idol. What happened to all the real freaking disciples? What happened to all the real teachers that you don't know? All names of Bobby wrong purpose, nigga, now you know. If you ain't researching and going real deep, you're gonna get rocked all the way to freaking sleep. They keep what they know, cause they know the truth. It's you and me that they don't really want to know the truth. If you God and I'm God and we're God, what the fuck you praying for? What the fuck you to go hard? If we come together and we stick together, we'll all be together. Every time the weather, the nothing that ever could form against us. All you gotta do is spread stuff you gotta trust. Because it's in you, it's not a thing you. Ain't no point you looking out a motherfucking menu. Got you praying that this guy or that guy, so he heals for your needs. What the fuck, man, I wanna cry. Everybody wanna seem so intelligent, but they ain't researching with the hot, so it's irrelevant. Somebody scream out, cause there's an elephant. It's in the room, though. Can you smell the bitch? Niggas said some shit don't stink. Read all the scriptures that shit make you fucking think. And when I see you stinky with my fucking pinky, I say, oh damn, this shit is a creaky. Give me a figma, natural elimination. Trying to play these games, nigga, what a temptation. You fuck up stories, called a fairy tale. They said he came from the sky, man, you taking the hell. Everybody wanna sound so intelligent, but damn, this shit is so irrelevant. They researching with the hoppers, the habits though. I don't understand. Can you imagine though? Everybody wanna sound so intelligent. They researching with the hoppers, it's irrelevant. Somebody's reading out there's an elephant. It's in a room, man. So can you handle it? When you read all the books, you research the life fall apart, man, like crusty ass old dirt. It don't make no sense. In fact, the fucking bet. My mom find out she wouldn't have to lick, and she don't wanna see it, cause she's dead now. I wish she was alive. I give it real now. I give it to her good. I show her the whole book, break it all down. Show her where to look, and then she be like, damn. I told you what Indians, if I didn't understand, they took away all the stuff, man. They took our land from us. I should have told you that. Oh, I didn't know everything, so that's my bad. But that's okay, mama. I still love you. They tricked all of us with nothing else to do. You had no clue. The generation next, you the woman baby. She didn't know about that. They tricked everybody. See the whole world. All the children, men, ladies, and the boys and girls. Everybody wanna sound so intelligent, but they searching with the hot, so it's developing. Somebody scream out, there's an elephant. It's in the room, man. Can you handle it?
Time to handle the facts, man. This is what it is. Everybody, let's go. Let's go ahead and get our vibrations up. Let's go hard. Let's go ahead and make sure we detox, flush ourselves out on a weekly basis. Let's go sky high with our vibrations so that we can fly, do everything that we used to do. We are literally unstoppable. All we got to do is required. And it's so simple. Remember, no dressing on your salads. Why? You don't want the eggs to hatch. Peace and love. I know that was a hard video to watch. A lot of disgusting stuff you had to see, but it's very educational, and the video helped you understand a little bit more. I hope you learned something today. This was a pretty critical video. I don't just get up here for no apparent reason. And don't forget, make sure you tune in for this Sunday with me, and I believe 2 or 3, maybe even 4 other brothers are going to get on the Mr. The News and the Lions Den show, okay, which is really it's really the people's show, all right? So this is a show where we get to talking, y'all get to learn, y'all get to make comments, y'all get to ask questions, all right? And then, bada boom, bada bang. Peace and love. Now, some of y'all want me to give a time of how long y'all got. I'm not giving time. I'm going to tell you, pay attention to the times and the signs and what's going on. That'll give you a clue. If your eyes are open, you ain't got to ask. You already know. Peace and love.